Hi und willkommen zurück. Ich spiele heute mal wieder die Council. Und wie ich sehe, sind wir ja mit der letzten Episode fertig gewesen. Deswegen fangen wir jetzt direkt mit der nächsten an. Und ja, starten wir mal, ne? Mal schauen, was uns noch erwartet.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Okay, das war jetzt sehr unerwartet, aber mal gucken, was gleich noch passiert. Erstmal gucken, was ich lese. So, gut, sonst bin ich gut aufgestellt. Belesenheit, Wissenschaft, Heimlichkeit, Sprachen, Etikette. Ich nehme mal Heimlichkeit. Befragung ist auch ziemlich gut. Das ist schade, dass ich hier noch nicht die kompletten Manuskripte habe. Und sonst Manipulation. Ja, wieso nicht? Manipulation. Okay. Dann geht's jetzt direkt weiter. Wir haben hier eine Leiche gefunden. Und ja, mal schauen, wer das ist.
Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Ich würde jetzt ganz offensichtlich Nein sagen, aber ich würde auch gern meinen Ruf schützen. Das kostet mich 2 Konzentrationspunkte. Ja,
Mr. President, you really shouldn't get involved. Please be on your way. I'll take care of this. You didn't come this way and you didn't see anything.
So, sein
You're
Ruf
right,
schützen.
it's for the best.
Alles klar.
If Sarah did that, I don't know what kind of hornet's nest she's kicked open. But I do wish you luck, my friend.
Gut, dann haben wir den guten Mr. President geschützt.
Ah, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Ja, er hat ja recht, ne? Also, kannst dich auf dich verlassen oder nichts versprechen. Ich meine, ich werde wahrscheinlich so oder so hingehen. Also, ich kann auch nichts versprechen. Aber ich glaube, damit könnte er auch dann, ja, weiß ich nicht, sich auf den Schlips getreten fühlen oder so. Ich nehme mal das.
Don't worry. You can count on me, Mr. President. I shall help you with Mortimer's project as soon as I've finished up here.
Good, Louis. Sarah would be proud of you. I'll stall them while you're on your way, but make haste. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Gut. So fängt die Episode ja schon mal interessant an. Ich habe mich nur gefragt, wie er jetzt so ohne Problem hier runtergekommen ist. Oder, na, die Tür war wahrscheinlich immer noch offen. Würde ich da nicht auch mal gucken gehen? Na, okay, das stellen wir jetzt mal nicht in Frage. Untersuchen wir mal den Körper.
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here?
Sorry, aber ja, er ist tot, tatsächlich. So, ich kann gratis die Leiche untersuchen, dann machen wir das so.
Somebody smashed him in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that isn't what killed him. They broke his neck.
Autsch. Nehmen wir mal das andere untersuchen auch noch. Okay. Einfach was mitgenommen. Gut. Und die Maske abnehmen.
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks. His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. I'd have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
Wieso? Weil er irgendeinen Diener eingestellt hat? Oh, mein Junge.
Mother,
Gut.
this is your doing. The situation is getting worse and worse.
Ja, das will ich auch behaupten. So, hier haben wir was Schönes stehen. Das ich nicht mitnehmen kann, ist auch nicht so tragisch. Da geht's weiter. Ich habe hier noch, genau, hier habe ich auch noch ein paar Punkte gesehen.
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand.
Ich habe nur noch 2 Konzentrationspunkte und es ist echt schwer zu überlegen, was ich damit mache. Weil ich habe keinen Honig mehr. Ich kann mir keine neuen aufbauen. Ich gehe erstmal zurück und gucke mir die anderen Punkte an. Ob da irgendwas noch dabei ist, wo ich was brauche.
An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm.
Okay. Ein neues Buch.
Leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while.
Okay, hier kann ich also nichts weiter untersuchen. Dann untersuche ich jetzt mal die Asche.
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm.
Das ist vielleicht nicht blöd.
If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand. I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
Ja, my fault. Sorry. Okay, gibt's hier noch irgendwas, das man sich angucken kann? Sieht nicht so aus. Gut. Das kann ich nicht mitnehmen. Ne, da war nix. Okay.
Well, the gate is locked.
Hast du nicht einen Schlüssel gerade eingesteckt? Inventar. Ah, es sind super viele Schlüssel, aber ich glaube, die sind eben für die Kisten gedacht, von denen ich aber auch schon viele aufgebrochen habe, von daher. Gut, dann komme ich da nicht weiter und dann muss ich ja jetzt erstmal wieder hochgehen. Puh. Wird immer interessanter. Aber ob wirklich die Mutter hier unten war? Ich bin mir der Sache noch nicht so ganz sicher. Weil irgendwie ergibt das alles nicht so viel Sinn. Warum sollte sie jemanden töten? Oder wurde er doch von jemand anders getötet? Sehr, sehr, sehr verwirrend immer noch. Wo geht's denn hier nochmal raus? Das ist schon ein paar Tage her, dass ich hier gespielt habe. Ich glaube, das sieht gut aus. Nee. Hier, ne. Jawohl. Jetzt habe ich vergessen, wo wir uns treffen. Aber gut. Wird sich schon irgendwie finden. Nimmern der Konferenzteil ist auch einfach sehr nichtssagend für mich gerade. Komme ich da nicht durch?
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Ach so, ja, okay, der lässt mich einfach nicht durch, alles klar. dann nehme ich natürlich die andere Tür. Wenn er mich nicht durchlassen will. Gab es hier noch was ich einstecken kann? Ah, alles voll. Ich hätte gern mehr Honig. Da darf ich auch nicht lang. Okay, here we are. Let's go.
Indeed, I rather believe he did. I had some respect to any other leading Celtic wisdom.
Totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it for some time.
That does seem risky.
Da wirkt auch einer verdächtiger als der andere. Krasser Raum, ey. Guckt euch das an. Richtig pompös. Aber gut, vieles an diesem Haus ist pompös.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Okay, dann fragen wir einfach mal ein bisschen los.
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
Ablauf der
In
Konferenz.
concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Okay. Es klingt, als ob ich dafür auf jeden Fall mehr Konzentrationspunkte gebrauchen könnte, aber leider habe ich ja keine mehr, außer einen. Ich hoffe einfach, es geht zu meinen Gunsten aus. Ansonsten, man kennt ja das Spiel schon bei meinem Let's Play. Viele falsche Entscheidungen während dieses Spieldurchlaufs. Aber we're getting there. Okay. Gucken wir mal, was für weitere Fragen noch kommt. Seit wann gibt es die Conference?
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Kommt es oft zu solchen Treffen?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Welche wichtigen Entscheidungen wurden schon getroffen? Alles interessant.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Okay, ich denke mal, das wär's dran.
Louis, let me keep you a moment.
Na, was hat er denn jetzt noch?
I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
Okay, wir können ihn jetzt einfach fortfahren lassen oder ihn fragen. Ich glaube, ich frage mal, warum er das erzählt.
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at Louisiana. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Das ist natürlich hohe Ziele. So, Ausmaß dieses Projekt, wie weit geht das Projekt? Aber warum erzählt er mir das? Ja, verschenke ich jetzt, verschenken in Anführungszeichen, meinen letzten Konzentrationspunkt oder ich finde es gerade ein bisschen blöd, dass ich diese Punkte nicht verteilt habe, aber wer hätte das schon wissen können? Das macht den Charme dieses Spiels ja aus. Gut. Dann nehme ich Ausmaß dieses Projekts.
Lord Mortimer, I'm sure you're aware that Louisiana is hardly prime quality land. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call it marshland. How is acquiring land they won't know what to do with going to strengthen the United States?
Think further, Louis. The United States won't stop there. Once they've acquired Louisiana, nothing will stop them. All they would have to do then is keep pushing toward the west to take the whole North American continent.
So you intend to get rid of the Spanish?
They are purely transitory. This is the settlers' home. It is natural for them to want to develop their nation to become one of the greatest powers of this world. As for the Spanish, there are just a handful of them actually on site, and if need be, we'll see to it that they are sufficiently occupied in Europe so that their focus is not on the North American continent. Moreover, Spain really only cares about its colonies in South America. It's hardly my fault if they are not capable of seeing the potential in the North American territories. The concept of royalty is from bygone times. It is time to lead the way to democracy. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We will have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts. My friends, I propose we get started.
Bin mal gespannt, wie das jetzt wird. Kann ja mächtig schief gehen oder auch einfach richtig gut laufen, aber...
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Das war einfach super interessant, weil ich mag das immer, wenn die solche Spiele in so historische Ereignisse mit einbinden, weil man weiß ja nie, was im Hintergrund ablief, aber das hier gibt einen Ausblick darauf, was hätte sein können. Und das finde ich immer ganz cool. So, wie geben wir uns denn? Bedanken wir uns? Weisen wir den direkt zurecht oder nicken wir einfach? Ich glaube, ich weise ihn zurecht.
I'm sorry about the fate of the King of France, Duke Manuel. However, I'm surprised at your remark. How can a man like me have changed the course of things where a man like you, powerful, capable of influencing international politics, was unable to do any better?
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer. Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not a question.
Ich schreite mal ein. Indianer sind keine Wilden.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Ach, dieses dreckige Schwein. Fast schon schade, dass ich das jetzt nicht machen kann. Ihn provozieren oder Frankreich betreibt bald keinen Sklavenhandel mehr? Ich nehme mal das.
Senor Godoy, you must know that France will soon ban these barbaric practices.
Oh, do not get on your high horse, Monsieur Frenchman. The only reason why France has ceased trading in slaves is because of the commercial blockade that Great Britain has imposed against you. The instant the shipping lanes have been restored, France will again treat these people like cattle.
Come now, my friends, let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save
muss
them.
das sagen.
You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Ach, verdammt, ey. Das geht nicht und das geht auch nicht. Aber ich weiß auch nicht, ob das... Ja gut, es wäre schon nützlich, jetzt was sagen zu können, aber naja, dann sagen wir halt nichts.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Direkt mal angucken.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Ja,
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Frankreich wird die Christen beschützen. Mortimers Weltkarten in Erinnerung. Ah ja, stimmt, die habe ich mir angeguckt. Und das kann ich nicht machen. Aber das wäre natürlich ein richtiger Schlag gegen die Kirche. Das wäre eigentlich fast schon cool gewesen. Aber gut. Soll ich ihn mal auf meine Seite ziehen? Ich glaube, das wäre ja was.
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests, as it is doing at this very moment in time.
Ja,
Don't be naive.
Ja.
This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Das ist unfair. Schnell angucken.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Random German. Kann ich auch gucken?
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume and let Sir Gregory finish.
Kann ich auch wieder gucken? Gut, dass ich so viele Fähigkeiten habe.
Bedoy and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory. Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Ja, schließe ich mich jetzt der Gruppe an und finde die ganz toll oder bleibe ich? Ich glaube, ich bleibe. Ich möchte wissen, was dann noch passiert.
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
Nur zwei
You are
Lager.
committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
Das ist natürlich super interessant einfach, weil es kann so viele verschiedene Ausgänge geben. Schauen wir mal, was jetzt als nächstes
My
passiert.
friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
Of course. Ich verstehe ihn selbst nicht ganz, oder die Vereinigten Staaten wird er expandieren. Also, ja gut, er hat es mir ja erklärt und ich bleibe einfach mal bei dem, was ich weiß.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Warum machst du es nicht selber? Egal. Also, entweder mit Überzeugung oder mit Logik. Ich nehme mal Überzeugung.
By going through France, Spain won't suspect that it's you who's going to take possession of Louisiana. They'll even believe that France will be a protective buffer between itself in California and you on the East Coast. If Senor Godoy was afraid that you might take the territory by force, now he is reassured. You would never attack France.
But why didn't you tell me before?
Um den Schein zu wahren, wäre jetzt hier, glaube ich, ganz gut gewesen, aber nehmen wir einfach, um einen Schritt voraus zu sein.
So, home doesn't see it coming. But by the time it dawns on Senor Godoy, it'll be too late because he'll realize that he's just lost all the North American continent. We all know that you won't stop once the path is cleared before you.
What do you mean?
You see, Monsieur Peru, it's very likely that once Louisiana becomes American, President Washington will push out even more and take the West Coast.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Das kann ja noch was
Louis,
werden.
if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence, so I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Senor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Ja, gut. Da bleibt mir nichts anderes übrig. Mir ist auch gerade aufgefallen, anscheinend ist Mortimer noch nicht bewusst geworden, dass sein Vogel tot ist. Aber gut, Ist ja auch gerade nicht so Fokus der Szene. So, sagen wir dann mal in Ordnung.
If you believe that's the best way, then...
Nevertheless, I wouldn't bring up all the habits and customs of the court with him too much. I sense he's on edge at the moment. I doubt he'll be able to abide by the rules of etiquette that befit his rank.
Thanks for the advice.
However, it must be done for the conference tomorrow morning. It's important to me.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Ist hier nicht irgendwie immer ein Big Day? Habe ich das Gefühl zumindest. Gut. Gibt's hier noch irgendwas Schönes, Neues? Ja, die Sachen hatte ich mir ja schon mal angeguckt. Kann ich hier nochmal mit denen reden?
Aren't you afraid our projects for Italy may be discovered before we... Oh. Please excuse us, Louis, but I need to speak with Lord Mortimer in private.
No, no. What do you want, Louis?
Gut, wir können ihn ja noch mal was fragen. Ich frage ihn mal, wie der weitere Ablauf der
When are we
Konferenz
supposed to vote?
The conference resumes tomorrow morning. That leaves little time for the little favor I spoke to you about.
Indeed. I'll go straight away.
Und noch einen Ratschlag.
I'm going to have a word with Duke Manuel, but you know him better than I do, I believe.
Yes. Avoid any marks of
okay.
respect and
Das ist schon
protocol
gesagt, ja.
pertaining to his rank. He's not fond of courtly manners.
Thank you for the advice, my lord.
Na gut,
I shall be leaving you.
gehen wir mal. Den Tipp hat er ja gerade schon gegeben, also gehe ich dem einfach nach. Warum ist hier eigentlich so ein riesiges Loch im Boden? Das ist ja gefährlich, mein Gott. Mal gucken. Ah ja, ich bin ja erschöpft. Ist das erschöpft? Kann ich das irgendwo sehen? Da. Ja. Ein Konzentrationspunkt nicht nutzbar. Ich habe sowieso gerade keine. Aber ich glaube, das konnte ich mit... genau, Goldelixier beheben. Ah. Ich vergesse immer, dass ich ja diesen Karmelitengeist habe. Tja, beim nächsten Mal versuche ich mal dran zu denken. So, dann nehmen wir erstmal das. Perfekt. Just in case. Man weiß ja nie. Jetzt muss ich mal gucken, wo der ist. Ist der vielleicht in seinem Zimmer? Wenn ja, was ist sein Zimmer? Von Walner, Adams, Washington, Hillsborough, Bonaparte, Peru, de Richet, das ist meins. Er hat kein Zimmer. Gut, dann gucken wir mal, ob er vielleicht unten ist. Ja, stimmt, er kam ja sowieso später dazu. Also kann das einfach sein, dass er irgendwo hier rumläuft. Ah, jetzt bin ich wieder verwirrt. Was war das hier? Ah, immer noch Erdsternchen. Ah, schön. Direkt wieder zum Mitnehmen. Hier komme ich nicht raus. Mensch. Da ging's. Ich könnte ja auch einfach die Karte benutzen, aber wer tut das schon? Okay. Genau, da sind wir hier. Muss mal gucken. Bibliothek, roter Saal. Ich tippe ja eher darauf, dass er wieder, also was heißt wieder, ich denke mal so ein Kleinsalon ist oder vielleicht sogar in der Halle. Daher nehme ich die andere Tür, wenn ich sie nehmen kann. Und guck mal, dass ich da durchgehe. Ah ja, stimmt, ging ja nicht. Na gut, dann nehmen wir den langen Weg. Wir haben ja sonst nichts zu tun. Ich hoffe, ich krieg den überzeugt. Ich habe ein ganz schlechtes Gefühl dabei. Weil irgendwie sind mir solche Sachen bisher jetzt noch nicht so gut gelungen. Aber wer weiß, vielleicht klappt es, vielleicht auch nicht. Wir werden sehen. Hier ist die Bibliothek. Das habe ich mir schon ein paar Mal angeguckt. Das Haus ist aber auch groß, mein Gott. Da ist man ja nur am Rumlaufen. So, jetzt mal wieder im roten Saal mit den Schmetterlingen. Dem lustigen Glitch. Ah, perfekt, hier ist er ja.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
Okay, los geht's. Fragen, warum er bei seiner Ankunft verärgert war, ihn auf Mortimers Seite ziehen, nur etwas frische Luft, die gemeinsamen Interessen über unseren Streit. Okay, wenn ich... Nee, was war das? Genau. Wenn ich das nehme, kann ich ja gratis... vielleicht probiere ich das mal.
I see you're still feeling under pressure. Since your arrival, I've noticed that you've been on the defensive. It seems to me that Monsieur Peru has a knack for getting your back up.
That is the least you can say. Indeed, I was warned. I knew what to expect. For God's sake, why in the hell did your people execute their king? Have the French gone stark, raving mad? There are nothing but monarchies in power in Europe. They will all come crashing down on you.
We shall see. It might, well, turn out to be the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
You certainly do not lack for audacity, young man. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
Das ist sehr plakativ, weil er Holm besiegen wird, weil der Orden Mortimer unterstützt und weil die Vereinigten Staaten das größte demokratische Land der Welt werden. Damit würde ich, glaube ich, zu viel verraten. Aber weil der Orden Mortimer unterstützt, könnte natürlich funktionieren. Aber ich probiere es einfach mal.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France.
Oh, yes.
We are present in the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Kein sich aufdrängender Grund. Spanien könnte für einen guten Preis verkaufen. Louisiana sorgt für mehr Probleme als Lösungen. Oder was hätte er denn davon? Also ich würde hier auch noch mal so ein Ding nehmen, weil ich glaube, eins von denen ist auf jeden Fall sinnvoller hier zu benutzen. Was hätte er denn davon? Ich glaube, das könnte funktionieren. Ich probiere es einfach mal.
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you,
Ja.
I'm convinced that Lord Mortimer will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Indeed, for services rendered, it would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me one last thing.
Okay.
What would I gain from all this?
Wäre frei von Home. Ihn erpresst. Ah, das kann ich anscheinend gar nicht. Das ist grau hinterlegt, aber ich glaube, das ist auch nicht gut, das zu benutzen. Mortimer wäre ihm dankbar oder darüber reden, was er nicht verlieren würde. Er würde seine Stellung am spanischen Hof festigen. Das ist echt schwierig. Das ist ein bisschen zu lasch für die Konversation gerade. Ich glaube, ich nehme das. Ah, ja doch. So.
If you continue with home, our two countries will become rivals. It could turn into war. Who knows?
It is likely even.
A war, Duke Manuel. On our own territories. Do you really see yourself committing the Kingdom of Spain to an armed conflict against France? Can you imagine the financial investment required, not to mention the loss of lives and dishonor at the slightest defeat? Do you see yourself being the man responsible for that?
No, but you are the one who's pushing me into it, you damned Frenchman!
I'm not pushing you into anything, Duke Manuel. If you are a man of the future and of progress, as I'm given to believe, you will know how much suffering a war would bring.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow.
Well, that's one thing out of the way.
Wow.
The only thing left to
Ohne
do
Fehler.
is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Okay, gehe ins Bett. Ja, das ist ein einfacher Task, den kriegen wir hin. Wow, das war jetzt wirklich mal eine richtig gute Konfrontation. Nachdem die jetzt ein paar Mal einfach so richtig in die Hose gegangen sind. Okay. Dann mal schauen, wie die Konferenz ausgehen wird. Wo war mein Raum? Da. Ah, da steht ja noch Wallner. Mit dem Quatsch.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
Sage ich ihm jetzt, dass er da ist oder nicht? Nee.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know where he is.
Ah, very well. I shall wait for him in that case.
Gut, das hat hoffentlich keine Konsequenzen. Ich meine, er klopft immer noch gegen die Tür. Also, was soll's. So, gehen wir mal in mein Zimmer. Mit den vielen grausamen Bildern.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
Geh ins Bett, Louis, das ist nicht die richtige Zeit und auf gar keinen Fall. Gib mir mal einfach drauf ein.
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
Warum die Seiten wechseln, Mortimer vorziehen? Ich würde schon gern wissen, warum. Ich nehme jetzt das letzte Gedöns hier und dann Gucken wir mal.
Do you perhaps know something that I don't? Come on, Emily. It's time you lay your cards on the table.
Sie weiß etwas über Louisiana oder sie weiß etwas über Mortimer? Das ist, glaube ich, interessant.
If you know something I don't about Lord Mortimer, now's the time.
I don't want to speak ill of him, but in certain circles, you can't exactly say he has a good reputation.
Continue.
Well, there have been instances where he has used people, then gotten rid of them once he no longer seemed to need them, Louis. He makes fine promises, makes you feel valuable, tests you. But beware. I'm worried that something might happen to you.
Are you advising me to change sides as a precaution?
I'd rather say as a safety measure. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Ja, das kann ich jetzt nicht benutzen. Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Sie ist einfach so ein bisschen undurchschaubar, dass ich nicht weiß, ob ich ihr eigentlich vertrauen sollte. Andererseits ist es auch interessant zu erfahren, was passiert, wenn sie weiß, dass sie mein Vertrauen hat. Ich sag mal ja.
Of course, Emily.
Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
Ich bleib bei Mortimer.
Unfortunately, my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Very well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Ich red mal über sie.
Well, I should imagine you're still shaken. I promise to shed light on my mother's circumstances as soon as possible.
There's not much to shed light on. What your mother did is inexcusable. She won the trust of my sister in order to more easily betray her. She didn't do anything to her. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Du hast doch gefragt.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Mein Gott. Und dann schmeißt sie sich natürlich einfach an mich ran. Die traut sich was.
Come, Louis.
Zumindest sind wir ins Bett gegangen. Oh, eine Vision. Mal sehen, was jetzt passiert.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Ich frage mich ja, was sein Ziel ist, also von dem Home. Der ist ja auch ein bisschen seltsam, schon von Anfang an, aber also... Puh. Mal gucken, was da noch auf uns zukommt.
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Ach, die war doch gerade schon nicht da. willst du denn?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
The game is on.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night
Immer noch
with
den
my project.
negativen
I understand that you might well have a few
Effekt
questions to
gerade.
ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Goodbye.
Come, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, really?
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to
Jetzt wird's
pay.
interessant.
I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord.
Oh
I shall
nein.
no longer work for you.
Okay, das ist jetzt... Helfe ich ihm oder lasse ich es geschehen? Mein Gewissen sagt, ich sollte eingreifen. Aber wer weiß, was ich tue. Ich greife ein, ich greife ein.
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man.
Okay, nur eine Chance. Jetzt wird's interessant. Ich habe nichts mehr, mit dem ich Konzentration aufbauen kann. Und ich habe nur 2 Konzentrationspunkte. Okay, er verdient das nicht. Wäre jetzt natürlich ideal. Er wird niemanden töten, ihm helfen. Er ist nicht er selbst. Ich probiere es. Oder ihm helfen. Ah, verdammt! Das ist so eine schwierige Entscheidung. Okay, ihm helfen. Ah! Er ist nicht er selbst. Er ist
Jack,
nicht er selbst.
calm down. You're frightening everyone. Look at yourself. This is not the real you. Come on.
Rest assured, my friends, you're in no danger from me.
Natürlich. Oh mein Gott. Die eine Konfrontation klappt super und die... Ah, gut, alles klar. Es hätte ja auch schöner sein können. Gut, was haben wir geschafft und was nicht? Erfolgreich. Ich habe mich für Lord Mortimers Seite entschieden. Ich habe an der Konferenz teilgenommen. Ich habe Manuel Godoy überzeugt. Ich habe mich nicht von Lady Hillsborough überzeugen lassen. Ich habe mit Lady Hillsborough geschlafen. Ja gut, da kann ich aber auch nichts dafür. Die hat sich an mich rangeschmissen. Ohne Erfolg. Ich habe Jacques Peroux nicht gerettet. Ja, das haben wir gerade gesehen. Und die alternativen Wege wären, ich hätte mich von Lady Hillsborough überzeugen lassen können. Ich hätte Sir Gregory Hall befolgen können. Ich hätte Jacques Perouxs Geheimnis lüften können. Oh, stimmt. Ich hätte ein Geheimnis zu Napoleon Bonaparte lüften können. Ich hätte mehr über Sir Gregory Hall herausfinden können. Gut, dafür hätte ich aber wahrscheinlich auch seinen Weg gehen müssen. Aber, naja, okay. Das hat jetzt leider so nicht funktioniert. Also das wäre dann interessant, die Episode nochmal von vorne zu spielen, einfach um zu gucken, was dann passiert. Aber generell auch, welche Entscheidungen man treffen kann. Okay. Gehen wir erstmal weiter. Ich verteile noch ein paar Punkte. 4 habe ich. Das ist super. Ich brauche irgendwie... Überzeugung wäre, glaube ich, nicht schlecht. Hier, Psychologie, das mache ich voll. Und 3 Punkte noch. Da kann ich einmal das voll machen. Und Politik. Ah, perfekt. Super. Okay. Dann schauen wir jetzt mal, wie die Szene anfängt. Wir haben 5 Konzentrationspunkte. Das ist natürlich supi.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise Louis's gesture anyway. You did what you could.
Yes, it was very noble of you, Louis.
It wasn't your fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs a little rest.
Ein sehr aufregender
Can you
Morgen.
stay a moment?
Of course.
Immer ich. Okay, ich habe jetzt hier ja gerade nicht so viel übrig. Nehmen wir mal Logik, Wissenschaft, Sprachen. So, da wir jetzt aber hier in einer guten Rest-Position sind, würde ich sagen, beenden wir die Folge für heute und lassen es natürlich spannend offen, was als nächstes passiert. Vor allem, ob wir herausfinden, warum er sich jetzt dazu entschieden hat, sich umzubringen. Ich meine, er hatte schon von Anfang an heftige Ansichten, also der Peru, aber hätte jetzt nicht gedacht, dass er so weit gehen würde. Na gut, auf jeden Fall bedanke ich mich, dass ihr wieder dabei wart. Wenn ihr das geguckt habt, natürlich. Das ist ein Video. Und hoffe, dass wir uns dann bei der nächsten Episode wiedersehen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.